And welcome to Friday's episode of DB2. David Brem here with Daniel Butler as always. Butler, let's talk Jerry Jeudy coming off injury. Um, I'm personally pretty excited. How do you feel about him coming into this Broncos offense?
All right, so I actually really like Jerry Jeudy as a talent, so that's good. I think he's talented. I think that always helps. One of the things that I think if you're in the NFL,
It
if you
helps
have
to be have
talent,
some talent. Yeah,
but it's not the only factor. It gets political sometimes. That's why I'm not in the NFL, but it's really important to have
that's why.
talent. But yeah, so I think he's super talented. Obviously, coming off of injury, uh, you never know what you're going to expect, but Teddy Bridgewater has been pretty serviceable this year, right? Cortland Sutton's been coming into his own here.
Decent
Not
year. Yeah.
he's been solid the last few weeks. But he was on the field 94% of the time in week 7. Tim Patrick, who did not have a great day, had 5 targets, 2 for 16, 94% of the time. And then Hinton down at 48%. Well, I'm gonna assume, and I think and maybe not this first week back, but that Tim Patrick will be replaced by Jerry Jeudy. Maybe not 100% in the week that he comes back, but I think so. Pretty much, like
Yeah.
maybe not week 8, but week going forward. So he's on the field pretty much every snap. Super talented guy. Tim Patrick has been solid. I know he didn't have a great day this week, but he was number
He's
20
had
in
some
week
solid
5,
weeks in the
23
20s.
in
Yeah.
week 6. He was 24 in week 3. Like he's been really solid since Judy's been out. So I think you're getting a more talented guy going to take that role. I think you can look at Patrick and be like, okay, well, Judy can at least do that. And Patrick was a top, whatever 30 guy for a lot of weeks here. So what do you think? I mean, I don't
Yeah.
know.
So week 8, I'm probably going to be hesitant. Like his first week back, I don't know that I'd start him. But I think the minute that we see that he's healthy, he's the number one guy on this team. I think he definitely replaces. I think he passes Sutton. I think he's immediately the number one target. I mean that's up in the air with Fant, but like wide receiver wise, number one wide receiver. Um, I think assuming he stays healthy the rest of the season, he could easily come back and be like fight for a top 20 spot rest of the season. He's got a ton of talent. Like you said, Bridgewater's been serviceable sounds rude, but really, I mean, that's the best way to say it. Like, he's been a good NFL quarterback, a decent NFL quarterback. I love Judy's talent. I think he could. I think he could sniff the top 20 the rest of the season.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really like Cortland Sutton. I'm a big Cortland Sutton fan. So I was looking at ESPN rankings. They have Cortland Sutton ranked number 20, which I think is fair this upcoming week. Antonio
Mm-hmm.
Brown, Mari Cooper, 22, Brandon Cooks are going down. Cooks at 23, Emmanuel Sanders at 24, Robert Woods, Michael Pittman, T. Higgins at 27, Chase Claypool at 28, Sterling Shepard 29, Tyler Lockett at 30, and then Jerry Jeudy at 31. I think that's pretty fair considering we don't know what to expect. I'm definitely more
I think for
confident.
week 8, I think that's
I'm
fair.
more confident in Cortland Sutton. They were drafted pretty close. I think both of these guys have potential to be top 25 guys. I think they're
Yeah,
both super talented. And I don't know which one will come out ahead. I mean, I've been really liking what I've liked with Sutton, so I think I'm more on the Sutton train, but that doesn't mean a knock to Jeudy. I mean, I'm high on Sutton. I think Sutton's a top 20 guy, so Jeudy may be close to that as well, top 25. So yeah, I mean, I was looking at the rankings for this upcoming week. Would I rather play Jerry Jeudy or who's ranked above him, Tyler Lockett? I
I take
100%
the
am
chance
going
with
with Jerry
Judy.
Jeudy.
Yeah,
I don't know. I've just been burned. Not really even burned because I had played him the last few weeks, but still, he hasn't been good. Above him, Sterling Shepard. Again, that's kind of where I'm at. Like Shepard gets his own
I think.
risk as
Yeah, I
well,
think week 8
but I
super
think
fair
he's probably around wide receiver 30. So
this week. Yeah,
you take that for what it is. If you're in that spot, like there's a lot of guys below him, I definitely wouldn't play. I think that's kind of fair. There's not really anybody below him that I would play above him. So I don't think there's anybody above him that I would move besides Lockett. You have Shepard, you got Claypool, T. Higgins, Michael Pittman, Robert Woods, Emmanuel Sanders. I think all those guys I would rather play over
yeah.
Jerry Jeudy on this first week back. He was drafted at wide receiver 28, and I think with the way it's kind of weird to say this, but you would think after the injury and all that he would be lower than that about when you drafted him. But because I see what Patrick did in this offense, being a really solid wide receiver, it gives me more optimism that Jerry Jeudy can be even better than where you drafted him, even though he hasn't been out there. And Bridgewater has been solid as well.
He's
So
been
that
better than
helps. That
he's been
helps
really
as
I
well.
expected at least.
From a fantasy wise, like I know
Well, no,
a
yeah.
lot of Denver Broncos fans don't love Teddy Bridgewater the way he's been playing the last few weeks, but from a fantasy perspective, at least, I don't hate him. You know, he's been
Mhm.
solid for Cortland Sutton, and I own Cortland Sutton, so I have no qualms with
Yeah.
Teddy
So,
Bridgewater.
I think you're 100% correct. I think that's about fair for week 8, but I think if he comes out and has a solid day, I think in the week 9 rankings, I think he'll be in the top 25 and could be pushing that 20. I think the minute people see that he can do it, that he's healthy and all that, I think he's gonna bump up in those
Yeah, I
rankings
would
and
not be surprised if you see him over the Lockett's, Sterling Shepard, even Chase
yeah.
Claypool, T. Higgins, probably Michael Pittman. I think he's in that tier. That's around getting close to 25. Robert Woods, Emmanuel Sanders, like we're getting close there.
Yeah.
So I would not be surprised. I don't think he probably moves. I mean, we'll see. I mean, if he has a huge
If
day,
he
he could,
lights out, yeah.
if he gets 10 catches for 120 yards and a touchdown or two or whatever, he could easily vault top 20. But I think he's probably 30-ish this week, and I think he's top 25-ish rest of season. Which
Yeah.
I could change my mind depending on what I see, but that's kind of what I'm thinking going into this.
Absolutely. So it'll be interesting. Always good to get a talent like that back on the field, just from a football standpoint. Um, Good to see that, and I think it'll be really good the rest of the season. So I'm looking forward to watching that. Hopefully, he can stay healthy, make it through the rest of the season. So thanks for stopping by. Very much appreciate it. Hit the like button, helps us out. We put out 5 episodes a week. So come back, hit the subscribe button, check those out. A couple of set in stone. We do waivers and injuries on Tuesdays. Full next week recap. Recap makes no sense. Next week look ahead on Wednesdays, and then Thursday, Friday, Saturday is kind of up in the air. If you want to check us out tomorrow, or if you're in the future, it would already be up. We're going to talk Jacksonville wide receivers, so make sure to check that one out, and we will see you tomorrow.
Yeah, thank you so much. I think you covered everything. Thanks to everybody who hits the like, subscribe, or just watching, just the view. Thank you so much. We really do appreciate that. You guys are great, and come back tomorrow or go check out some other videos if you're from the future. All right, peace.
See ya.